What is going on, everyone? This is Brandon, aka the Port City Attorney. Today, we're going to be talking about whether or not you have to exit your vehicle on a traffic stop or during a traffic stop. And we're going to watch a video that I came across on TikTok, which lends a pretty good piece of educational material when it comes to looking at this in real life. We're going to talk about what the young man in the video did right and did wrong. We're going to talk about the precedents for whether an officer can order you out of a vehicle or not, and what you should do in that situation. We're going to watch the video together. You're going to make your own decisions, assumptions based on that video. Then I'm going to talk about the law regarding this topic. As always, this is educational. This is not legal advice. So take it for what it is. So without further ado, let's watch the video.
Look, I did not do anything to get pulled over. He is illegally pulling me over. What did I get pulled over for, officer? What did I get pulled over for?
10-4.
What did I get pulled over for? How can you just immediately just pull me over for?
Step out of the vehicle.
I want to know what you pulled me over
Step out
for.
of the
What
vehicle.
did you pull me over for?
Back up, please. Resisting
What?
arrest.
I'm not resisting
You're under
arrest.
arrest, Devontae. Step out
What
of the
did you
vehicle.
pull me over for?
Would you like an obstruction charge with that warrant?
No, what did you pull
Step
me
out of
over
the
for?
vehicle.
What did you pull me
Step
over
out of the
for?
vehicle.
What did you
Would-
hold on?
Okay,
Let me
you're
call.
now charged with obstructing legal process.
I am not
Get out of
obstructing.
the
I'm not
Get out
obstructing
of the vehicle.
the legal process.
Get out of the vehicle.
I'm not obstructing the
I am
legal
ordering
process.
you to get out of the vehicle.
I'm not obstructing. I
You are
have
under
a
arrest.
right.
Get out.
I have a right to
You are
ask
under
you
arrest. Get
for
out,
what?
Devontae.
For what,
You are
officer?
under arrest for your warrant. Get out of the vehicle.
Hold on. Can I use a? I need
No,
to
you can't use anything. Get out and stop digging. Stop digging.
stop digging for
Get
what?
out of the car.
No.
Out.
No, shoot me.
Out.
You're gonna have to shoot me,
Out
officer.
of the
You're gonna
car.
have to shoot me, officer.
Stop digging and stuff and get
I'm
out
looking
of the
for
car.
my phone. I'm looking for. I
Get
had you
out
on
of the
video.
car.
I had this man on video.
Get out.
All I did was.
Get out.
I didn't even pull. I didn't do
Get
anything
out.
wrong. I didn't do anything
Please,
illegal.
please,
He has
please.
no reason to pull me
Get
over.
out.
Why is he pulling me over?
Get
and just,
out of
like,
the car.
That is totally wrong, officer.
Get out of the
That is
car.
totally wrong.
Get out.
That is totally wrong.
Get out of the car.
That is totally wrong.
Get out.
Can I get out?
No. Get
Oh.
out.
Like,
Devontae, you are under arrest.
I'm
Get
not.
out of
I'm
the
not. I
car.
can't be under arrest. What did you pull me over
Devontae,
for?
get
How
out
can
of
you?
the
How
car.
can
You
you
are
just
under
say you
arrest.
identified me as what?
Get out.
How? Like that's wrong,
Get
officer.
out.
That is wrong, officer.
Get out.
Like this is the same thing I had to do with the other cops. With the other cops because I had to fight for my
You
freedom.
know what you need to do. Get out of the
No,
car.
what I need to do is I need to sit here and talk to your sergeant. I need to
No.
talk to your sergeant. I have people I need
No.
to talk to because I'm not
No.
about to go to jail for some misdemeanor that I don't
Your-
even know about.
Your right to fight me is not right here. It's in the
a
court. If you
misdemeanor,
think
that's
I'm
probably
illegally
like
arresting you,
$100.
then
No,
go to
it's
court.
not even going to be through that. I'm not going to
Challenge
go
me
through
in
that.
court, dude. If you think you have the right,
I
get
got
out.
bonded out
Get
already.
out, you'll be placed under arrest. You'll go to court. You can sue me for $1 million. I don't care.
No, that's not what I'm
Then
going to
get
do.
out.
What I'm going to do is just
You're going to get out of the
doing.
vehicle.
What I'm doing is I'm recording you
You're
and I'm
going to get
recording
out of
this
the
event.
vehicle.
I'm recording this event because I have right to.
Get out of the vehicle, Devontae.
Hey, can I use your phone? This
Get
man,
out of
I
the
got
vehicle.
pulled over for no reason. How can I get pulled
Get
over?
out.
I didn't do
Devontae.
anything wrong to get pulled over, bro.
Get out of the vehicle.
Like literally, I didn't do. Are you recording, please? Can you record
Get
this?
out.
I didn't do anything wrong, bro, at all. So how did I get
Logan,
pulled
yeah,
over?
it's
What did I get pulled over for? You get what I mean? What did I get pulled over for? I want to know that. How
Get
can
out.
I need to know what I got pulled over for?
Get out.
I need to know what I got pulled over for.
All right, so let's first talk about what this young man did correct, because there's so little. I want to go ahead and focus on that. So it appears that he was live streaming this entire interaction on Facebook. Now, while maybe the manner in which he was doing it was not the best, I do suggest that if you're going to have an interaction with law enforcement, that you do record it somehow, either with your phone, with like the camera app on your phone, or you do some sort of a live stream that you can later go and get back. The reason for this is it protects all parties, right? So law enforcement largely across the country have adopted body-worn cameras. Now, this is to protect the officers, and it's also to protect the citizens in which they serve. The more cameras that are on an interaction, the better. Because with a body-worn camera, it only sees the point of view in which the officer's chest is facing, right? So, I mean, if they're looking left and they're looking right, they're not seeing, your body's not moving, and so you're missing a lot of angles. If you've got a camera set up in your car and it's just, hey, this is showing this point of view, you have the officer's point of view as well. The more angles there are, the better it's going to be. And you can recover that if something happens later on that either party thinks needs a second look at. We have reviews in the NFL and the UFC and every other sport, that I can think of. So why not have reviews when it comes to court, right? This is much, much more important than a dang sport. So let's make sure we have as many eyes on that footage as possible and as many angles. So I think he did that pretty well. Now, that was about it. So the United States Supreme Court has held since the 70s that police are able to lawfully order you outside of the vehicle during a traffic stop. The controlling case on this is Pennsylvania v. Mims. It's a 1977 Supreme Court case that was basically about a situation similar to this. The defendant, Mims, in that case had been stopped because he had expired license plates. One of the officers asked him to step out of the car. When he did, they saw a bulge in his pocket. They frisked him for officer safety, and they found a revolver. He was then charged with carrying a concealed weapon and an unlicensed firearm. His attorneys at trial or before trial motioned to suppress the finding of the revolver because they had argued that it was not lawful for the police to order him out of the vehicle. Now, the United States Supreme Court held that the order to get out of the vehicle was, after he was lawfully detained, was reasonable and permissible under the Fourth Amendment. So the juxt of this and what this has done for law enforcement since that time has allowed law enforcement to lawfully order someone out of their vehicle if they're being lawfully detained. Now, the problem with interactions like the one we just saw, we don't see what happens before. It's hard to tell what happens before because, we don't know, we don't get the whole story. If the officer had lawfully stopped that individual, he is allowed to then order him out of the vehicle. And so this is where, so we went over the situation, how they got there. We went over the precedents. So now let's go over what to do in that situation if you were that person. Like I said, number one, always record the interaction. Make sure that there's cameras, there's eyes on, make sure that there's multiple angles. That's number one. Number two, you'll notice that in the video, the gentleman that was being detained, was moving around, digging in places, making the cop very nervous, and the cop then pulled his sidearm, which is permissible for officer safety. Officers get shot in traffic stops, pretty frequently. And so, just the smart thing to do when being stopped is put your hands on the wheels at 10 and 2, on the wheel at 10 and 2, and keep them there until they order you out of the vehicle. This is something, that I preach and I also practice, because it'll come up, if you have a concealed carry permit and that can make cops nervous. It shouldn't, but it can, so make sure your hands are visible at all time. Lastly, if they order you out of the vehicle, go ahead and get out of the vehicle. They are allowed to do that under the law. And even if you have some sort of argument that they did not properly detain you, that the detention was not lawful, and thus the order to get out of the vehicle was not lawful, on the street is not the place to make that argument. That argument should be made in a courtroom. Nothing that any attorney online is ever going to tell you is going to stop you from getting arrested. If a cop wants to arrest you, he or she can arrest you. Going to jail in a holding cell or being there for 24 hours or whatever it is, whatever the case is much better than fighting a cop in the street and ending up dead. You can fight that detention. You can sue them afterwards if it was completely unlawful. And, you have to be given the right to counsel after you're detained. And so, if it's that clear, then you're probably going to get out. So the point being, fight the police in the courtroom, not in the streets. That's where justice is served. All right, so I hope that video helps. I hope my explanation helps. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and share to your friends. Have a good one, folks.